Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to my backyard. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's the weekend. Gorgeous day in Los Angeles today. How's everyone doing? It's been a pretty interesting week. I'll go through my positions, my charts, bunch of new stuff I did today. Welcome to Power Hour every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And then every Monday, Trading with Sergio. And my t-shirt's slacking, man. I don't know. That's my logo on my website, by the way. I think it's pretty classy. So every Monday, Trading with Sergio. Every Wednesday, Trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Today is Power Hour. What are we doing today? We did a whole bunch of stuff today. We took some profits. We added to some positions. Still 75% cash. Cash, not buying power. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting on positions with leverage, but being careful with it. But I'll go through the positions as usual. I will also post my ending positions today at the community page of the YouTube channel. So, which I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So stay tuned. Probably before 2 p.m. Pacific, I'll be doing that today. I'm getting involved in Beyond finally. Well, I was involved in Beyond, and then I just didn't like them getting theta crushed by the market makers, taking the IV from 500 to 290. So I'll explain that position as well. Took positions on BULG, which is the 2x ETF of Bull, now selling put credit spreads. I'll explain that as well. So the big news on Thursday, yesterday. What was the big news on Thursday, yesterday? We did it. As a nation, we are $38 trillion in debt. National debt just went over $38 trillion with a T. I've been talking about this on this channel for over a year. This year, in about 10 months, the deficit or the national debt has gone up $2 trillion. We still have a couple of months to go. It's getting quicker and quicker. About every 110 days now, we're going to increase the national debt by $1 trillion. Now, you all understand how that happens, hopefully. How does it happen? We, as our treasury, we take in income from all types of sources. Obviously, income taxes, capital gains taxes, corporate taxes, all kinds of stuff. So that income that's coming into the treasury is about $5 trillion a year with a T, okay? Unfortunately, we in Washington like spending those dollars like drunken sailors, and we take another $2 to $2.5 trillion in borrowed money, in IOUs we put out all over the globe through the treasury. Obviously we have to pay interest to these people. And then that's when the printing starts, for lack of a better word, creation of synthetic money, creation of dollars, and then that's how the national debt goes up, $1 trillion every 100 days, because we have budget deficits. We spend more than we take in. Simple. So we have a 2-inch pipe that the water is coming in, which is right, tax receipts, all kinds of things. And then we have a 3-inch pipe that's going out. Well, it's got to feed the animal. And now you all wonder why the stock market is at an all-time high, why gold was at an all-time high, had a little pullback, but still is, and crypto is hanging in there. Real estate is, obviously, most people are priced out of owning a home these days. So why is that? Well, that's because of that we print or we add zeros to the ledger. We have to. Look, we have a deficit. If you are running your household budget the same way, two things will happen to you. One, you will be maxing out your credit cards, living on credit cards, which most average Americans are doing these days anyway. Or you have to cut spending somehow. Well, we tried that with Doge. We know how that ended. That didn't end that well. Elon only could take about 3 months of Washington. He goes, F this, I gotta go. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter what political party is in charge. Both sides love spending money we do not have. If I were to run my household budget the same way, now I'm not against debt, don't get me wrong. That's fine. But now we're getting silly. I mean, this is silliness. And Elon has put this out a couple times. I've been following this closely. Just the interest, the servicing cost of this national debt, because we have to issue bonds, notes, bills, different durations, right? Average interest on that is about 4% or maybe 3.7%. So that interest has to get paid to the IOU holders, to the bond holders, note holders, bill holders, right? Okay. Well, that interest cost that we're facing as a nation is up to $1.2 trillion a year. This is just the interest. And then when these bonds, notes, bills mature, we have to replace them with new ones because this is not going to get paid back, right? I don't think it's ever going to get paid back. So that's why people have figured out, rich people mostly, and that's why I'm trying to do, by the way, say, hey, listen, there's a game going on. We need to do this. We need to play the same game, which is you got to own hard assets, because through this more dollars sloshing into the system, I mean, dollars are like potatoes, tomatoes, right? Okay, it's more supply, right? More supply of dollars have to get created somehow, and they do. And what happens when there's too much supply of something? You all know supply demand, right? When there's too much of something, the price goes down. Well, that's you're losing your buying power on your dollars every single year. This has been going on. Actually, this whole thing got started to accelerate after the 2008 GFC, great financial crisis. So what's happening now is we're at a point that we're just kind of going parabolic, like some of these, nosebleed stocks that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago that all crashed 30, 40%, which are now on the comeback a little bit. But the point I'm trying to make is this is just going to continue. And the hard assets, stock market, all that, they're seeing it. On top of that, the Fed is in an easing cycle because there are rumors that there are a lot of cockroaches in the regional banking system. And check out some of these stocks, what's going on. Zions Bank and stocks like that, they don't move like that. Okay, these are bank stocks. There is also talk that there is a lot of problems in private equity circles. And who has lent money to private equity? The banks. Are the banks in better situation than they were in 2008? Without a question. But are they that much better off? And what's happening now is that the next black swan? I don't know. I'm watching closely, but I'm trading. I'm investing and I'm trading. So to me, it's like you got to read the tea leaves and you got to make a judgment or decision and, act accordingly. But going back to the 38 trillion in debt, so there's too many dollars out there. Okay. The definition of inflation is too many dollars chasing too few goods. Well, that's why inflation is persisting, because we create the synthetic dollars out of thin air and put it in circulation. When you put that in circulation, they're going to go chase return. So, and at the same time, the average American, right, is losing buying power every year. 6, 7, this year, the US dollar has come back a little bit. It's down about 9 to 10% against a basket of currencies. Well, why is that? Because that's because of the national debt. There's so many dollars sloshing around. Too much supply of dollars because we keep creating dollars out of thin air. And when you do that, when you create so much supply of something, the price has to get adjusted. It's going down. The point in all of this is we have a zero fiscal discipline. We have a broken fiscal policy in Washington, given. Doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, whatever. What happened to the good old Republicans? What happened? What happened to their fiscal responsibility? What happened to the balanced budget? What happened to that? Remember, there was a balanced budget amendment. What happened to all of this stuff? Out of the window. So I look at this 38 trillion and the 1.2 trillion, which is to be 1.5 trillion next year, just the servicing cost, interest cost, right? As an anchor, heavy anchor on a boat. I sail quite a bit. And if I'm dragging anchor, even if you put the engine full on, okay, let's say you're in a powerboat, but you're dragging anchor and you put the engine on, it's not going to go anywhere, right? The anchor is like slowing you down. That's the way I look at this thing. We're in a nice boat. We're in a beautiful, powerful boat, which is the U.S. economy, which is GDP is almost $30 trillion. But now we dropped anchor. We can't pull it up. We're dragging it, and it's slowing us down. But then, does anybody believe that this is going to be solved anytime soon? No. And the markets are feeling it. Look, market's making an all-time high today on all indexes. That's where the money is going. People, the dollar debasing is continuing. The dollar devaluation is continuing. And who's suffering in all of this? People who have not invested, okay? People who have no idea about finance, and they have no financial literacy. And it's a good thing that I really am. I would love for all of you to join me in this new venture I have. It's not a venture, I would call it. I'm just doing it out of love, because there's no money in YouTube or Twitter or whatever. I don't care about any of that. I'm fine. Welcome to my backyard, by the way. This is my backyard. So maybe this will inspire you to invest, to properly do things, get your financial house in order, financial literacy. It'll get you here, okay? And the point in all of this is this debt is an anchor. We can't lift it. We can't eradicate it. We're going to spend $1.5 trillion with a T dollars next year, paying interest to some folks, okay? And some of it is owned by the U.S. Treasury themselves. Some of them is by the U.S. pension plans, but mostly around the globe, right? What will happen if these people demand higher rates now? Which they could. That's the disconnect that I'm seeing. At the same time, the Fed is trying to lower rates. And why is that? Is because they probably see trouble ahead, right? And unemployment's kind of ticking up. They're being preemptive. They're not doing it because Trump is calling Powell stupid. They see what's happening. So now, Fed is in the box. What boxes are they in? They're in the stagflation box. But all this easy money now coming around, inflation may just tick up. It never went to the 2% target rate that the Fed had set. But now they go like, it's okay. Now they're saying tariffs are transitory. This is, that famous word, transitory. So inflation is going to tick up. We're printing more money. We're cutting rates. They may even go to QE because they also see what's happening with the regional banks and the cockroaches in the banks, right? So asset classes Tom Lee may be right. This may be the blow off top because we're cutting rates while all asset classes are at all-time highs. I'm not sure. But I think they're seeing the trouble in the economy coming up, and they're doing that. So yeah, the disconnect is definitely there, right? Fed never cuts rates if everything is, great. Okay. So yeah, there's I don't know. I mean, the market's reading it as positive. Market's reading negative news as positive. Market's reading negative news as positive. Positive news more positive. Okay. Market's not pricing a slowdown at all. Forget recession. But the data is looking kind of iffy, right? The unemployment rate, and then the data on the credit card defaults is looking pretty ugly. The data on the subprime and subprime auto loans is looking pretty ugly. So, and they're actually approaching like 2010, 2008 levels. So the middle class, well, there's no middle class. The average American is suffering. They're suffering through devaluation and debasing of the currency. The world is jumping on gold. The world is pretty soon probably going to jump on crypto. So yeah, but congrats, we did it. I'm ashamed of it. 38 trillion in national debt. Wonderful. Now, if Trump administration's idea is that we're going to grow out of this debt, I'm not sure. We'll see. Time will tell. But look, to me, this is a travesty. Do you guys know that every single newborn baby in this country, this second, by the way, at 38 trillion, every human, legal, let's say, newborn babies this second, all the way to the 100-year-old grandmas and grandpas, we all are carrying $120,000 in debt. That newborn baby, just this second, taking his or her first breath, is shackled with $120,000 in national debt. I don't think that's cool. $1.5 trillion sloshing around the world in interest payments to some people, some of our enemies, right? I mean, China, let's say, if they're an enemy. They are cutting their bond holdings, but they're still a large holder of it. Can't we take that, like put our fiscal house in order and reduce the deficit, reduce the debt, national debt, and take that $1.5 trillion in interest that we're literally lighting it on fire, $1.5 trillion. Can't we use that in this country for some good, for infrastructure, for many things that this country needs? No, we're just like paying interest. Okay, so we did it, folks. We're at 38 trillion. Start the clock. Start 110 days later. Take my word for it. If not, go figure it out. 110 days later, okay, we're going to be at $39 trillion. And another 110 days later, we're going to be at $40 trillion. That's where we're going to be. Okay, cool. Now, I just launched, that's my logo right here. I just launched not just 2 weeks ago, I launched my website. Let me put that up. It's www.sergioavidian. I have to look at the keyboard. I'm not as proficient as some of you are without looking typing. Here it is. Here's the website. Hopefully I spelled it right. My internet is having some issues. I froze. F my internet. Did we die? Yeah, it looks like we did. Press enter. Okay, here it is. Oh, now I'm blurry. God damn. I hate this recording. I'm not recording, bro. Am I blurry to you folks? Because if I am, I'm going to go back out and come back in. Am I? Put a thumbs up if I'm blurry. Somebody in the chat. There's a bunch of you here. Blurry? I look blurry to me. Yep. Now let me go out and come back in, hopefully. Some bitch. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Better? Yeah, I think it's better. Okay, so I put the website up. So please go check it out. there is a totally free newsletter that comes with it. Go subscribe. The second edition went last Monday. The third edition is going to go on Monday at 12 Pacific. So here's the goal of the website, the mission. The mission is financial literacy for everyone. The mission is I'm basically trying to stop you guys doing what the government's doing, because most Americans are doing exactly what the big brother is doing. They're living beyond their means. They're spending money they don't have. They're maxing out their credit cards. They're ruining their credit and all that shit. Don't do what the big brother is doing. It's because you and we don't have a printing machine. We can't just create synthetic dollars, right? We have a W-2 that's not keeping pace with inflation. You're not investing. If you don't invest, don't complain, because the train's gone. You got to get on the train. Well, and people are saying like, oh, isn't the market too high? I mean, no. You could have said that a million times over the last 100 years. Yes, we did have corrections. Yes, we did have dormant periods. But long-term investing, it works. You got to invest. If you don't invest, you're going to be left behind. It's your choice. I'm going to try to teach gig workers, everybody, try anyway. I'm going to give my best shot through the website, doing some webinars, doing all these things. And again, when you go to the website, I'm not asking for your phone number. I'm not asking for money. I'm not selling anything. All I'm doing is free newsletter I'm offering you. Last week's was amazing. It was about the power of compounding, and it's on the blog, on the website. Go check it out. Did you guys know when most of Warren Buffett's wealth came through for him? It's after the age of 60, because that's what happened. He invested. The power of compounding took him to this way, parabolic rocket ship. So I'm trying to get financial literacy going in this country, because we teach everything to our kids at elementary school, middle school, high school, college, supposedly, right? But we don't teach them about one thing. We don't teach them about finance. We don't teach them about how to invest. I kind of think it's on purpose, intentional, really. So I'm just going to do my best, pay it forward in the remaining years on this planet to do some more good, because I've done plenty of good, and I want to keep doing it. Again, all I need is your email. Just go put your email in. I'll send you the free newsletter every Monday. Check your spam. Sometimes it goes in your spam, or check your promotion box if you're using Gmail, because I was told that some people did not receive it, but then they checked their spam. It wasn't there. That's all I'm trying to do. And then you can get in touch with me through the website. It's connected to the YouTube channel. You can watch some of the videos that I put out about all these things, about the debt, about the stock market, about trading, about investing, all these things. So please go help me out and spread the word. I think the website came out great, and I would appreciate your help. Also, I would like you to put a thumbs up for today's telecast, Power Hour. My YouTube manager says it helps the algorithm. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's where we are. So I was ready to show you guys my position, with the exception that I need to now reattach my positions somehow back into this. I don't know how to do that. I'm effed. Hold on. Oh, I'm here for an hour probably. If any of you want to come on, talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Did I freeze again? Son of a bitch. Okay, this is bullshit. Internet, Spectrum, up your Spectrum. Anyway. Let me see if I can attach my screen. Share screen. Are you there? Yes, you're there. Awesome. We're going to share our screen. Can you guys see this? Let me go to the front one more time. I think it's the wrong size. Okay, so this is me. And this is that. Okay, guys, put a thumbs up if you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Please say yes. Please, somebody put a thumbs up. Hello? Ah, screw it. I'm assuming you guys can see that. Oh no, froze again. Bro, I'm not recording. What are you doing? StreamYard. God damn. Okay, cool. All right, so that's what's happening. I'm getting involved in Beyond. Beyond it's infinity. I took some nice profits on BOLG today, which is 2x ETF of Bull. You guys will see what I'm doing with Beyond. Am I going to hold the bag next week? We will find out. All right, these are the positions. I will post these on the community page of the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, the positions are getting, so I was long, actually. What is happening, man? Now this one froze. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I think I need a new box. I don't think it's my box. My box is fairly new. But when I see that thing circling, something is going on. Now my Thinkorswim froze, I think. Gosh. Did it? Nope. Okay, cool. All right, so first one first. I am in a call debit spread going out to 2027 January on ASST. That's a DAT, Digital Asset Treasury Company. I'm long the 2.5s and the 5s and short the 10s. Not equal amounts. I'm trying to sell the 10s against it. I was long 3,500 shares of BOLG. If you check it on Wednesday, you'll see it. I think average cost was 730. I chucked pretty much all of it. Not pretty much all of it. I think I averaged. Let me see what I averaged. See, full transparency. It doesn't matter. I chucked all of it at 771 cost, so made about a couple of grand. Not bad, not bad. The reason I did that is because not equity efficient at the moment. And my broker uses span margin, by the way. They just increase my margins on these things once in a while. And I go like, why are you guys doing that? So long story short, actually, you know what? Now that I see it, I'm going to go buy 25 more of these. That's the Beyond puts I'm buying. You guys will see. You guys are going to probably call me crazy on this one. Huh? Yeah. Did we buy it? Yeah, we did. Cool. Okay, so what do we do? Only buy 5? I don't want to buy 5. What is happening, man? What? No. We don't want to buy 5. We want to buy 25. Some bitch. Thinkorswim is not going bonkers. Okay, we'll buy 20 more. Okay, fine. There we go. Now where are we? Okay, good. Now we're kind of balanced. Okay, so that was that. ASST. I'll post these positions. BOLG, I was long 3,500 shares. I sold it all. Now I'm putting on Webull. BOLG is the 2x ETF of Webull. I do like it here at this price, honestly. I mean, the management sucks at Webull, you know, but I do like the. I think they're underpriced here, but then they have some Chinese connections, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Long story short, I sold BOLG, took the profits. Now I'm selling weekly. Next Friday expiration, Webull, 11.5, 10.5 call debit spread. I mean, put debit spread. I did it 40 cents right here. So I have more orders at 45 and 50 cents. We'll see. I did 20 lots so far. And that's on the BOLL common. Okay. Well, here's Beyond Meat. Okay. So about when it was running this week, I bought, believe it or not, I bought November $1 puts. I bought 275 of them at 11 cents so far. Okay. All right. So now when I bought them, I knew look, you got to play the game somehow. But when I bought them, implied volatility on these things was like 480%. Well, when I bought them, by the way, stock was $7. Okay, you guys are staying with me? Stay with me. Today, stock is down another 20% to 227. And since they crushed the IV from close to 500% to 290%, I am down a penny on these puts, which is ridiculous, you're going to say. In fact, today's high on the stock was 335. So I'm going like, yeah, but I kind of figured that's going to happen. So now, but these are November 21 $1 puts. Remember, stock was 60 cents, and then it went to 8.5 or 9 actually, which I tried to short, naked short, and I couldn't do it. Long story short, so now what am I doing? Well, I don't want to play this melting theta game. Luckily, Beyond Meat has weekly options. So I went out and sold, which I will sell maybe probably another 25 just about now. I went out and sold next Friday expiration against my November 21st expiration $1 puts. I started selling 1.5 puts. In fact, what I'm going to do, if you allow me, I'm going to go check out where the 1 puts are for next Friday on Beyond. If they're worth anything, they're going to get sold any second now. So my long put, now I'm turning it into a put credit spread. Okay, let me see where those are. October 31st. Whoa, October 31st, 1 puts are 3 cents. Yeah, you're going to get sold any second now. They're probably going to do a secondary here and kill the thing, but I don't think the game is over on this one. The momentum boys, I don't think are going to die that fast. I don't think it's worth anything, honestly. But then, you know how that game is played. Let me go sell those puts for next week before I forget. I sold, so I'm long 275 now. I will buy 25 more. Probably at 9 cents. So anyway, I'm trying to balance this. Give me a minute, folks. Let me gather my thoughts here. Where do I sell those puts? Do I wait to sell them? No, I'll just sell them today. No, I'll just wait to sell them. I'll wait. I'll sell them on Monday. The stock opens at 1.5. These 1.5 puts. So anyway, so I'm turning this into a put credit spread. I'm long 275 of the $1 puts with an average cost of 11 cents. But I'm short now 200 of the 1.5 puts expiring next Friday at 10 cents. So what does that mean? That means, am I willing to buy 20,000 shares of Beyond Meat at 150 minus the 10 cents at 140 next Friday with the November 21st protection I have with the long puts? So I'm basically only risking 40 cents. So max loss 8,000, max gain, very nice. And I will do this on the weeklies. And I don't think the game is over. Am I willing to buy 20,000 shares of Beyond at 140 next Friday? While it's at 240 today. Yeah. For a trade, quick trade. Yeah. So that's that. We'll see where that goes. Interesting. And turn into an interesting position, actually. The other thing is I'm playing the IV game, obviously. So the long puts that I have are at 296 IV. The puts that I'm shorting are 410 IV, right? Almost IV arbitrage. IV when I mean not IV you put in your arm, implied volatility. I actually would like to go sell those ones if I can get them off at 4. I'll sell 75 of those at 4. Taking some more money. Yeah. Let's sell 75 of those at 4 cents. Taking the money because I ain't going to let my 275 puts melt because you want to do so, market maker. 4 cents is fair. I'll put that there. The order is in. I'll buy 25 more of these puts at 9 cents. when they get there. So it'll be 300, 200, 100. Yeah, I'm cool. All right, next position. Sharplink Gaming, the cheapest DAT, digital asset treasury company, if you're bullish on ETH. If you're not bullish on ETH, anyway, none of this, by the way, is trading, financial, or investment advice. Okay, none. Do your own due diligence. What I do is very risky. It may not be for you. My account size can't handle all this stuff. Maybe yours cannot. So let's not mess around. Don't come back to me and say, "Oh, I followed you." I'm like, no, don't follow me. I'm lost. So next position, Sharplink Gaming. Long 2,000 shares of 17. Stock is 1388. This is a full position at the moment. I'm not going to add any more because, I'm playing the MNAV game. I put the position, I booked bulk of this position this week, slowly scaled in. When MNAV literally on SBAT went down to 0.82, while BMNR's MNAV still about 1.2, 1.3. I like buying things at a discount. So unless MNAV is going to stay here, and if Ethereum cracks to, I don't know, 3,000, 2,500, this thing will be like $8. So therefore, I have put credit spreads. I know my max loss. I put these put credit spreads on about $1.60 range. And so I'm short to January. This is going out to January 2026. I'm short to 15 puts, long to 12.5 puts, 80 of those. And I'm long 70 of the January 2026 calls. I'm underwater in this position in 5 figures. So you guys know, full transparency. You lose, you make. But then we'll come out ahead. I'm not concerned. But the other thing I did is I went and sold this today's expiration. So this is another advantage of dealing with these is this kind of complex positions are. I like dealing with stocks that have weekly options. I can really manage drawdowns on this. I mean, this position has been going on and on. So I made some money with this. I lost some money with this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All I do is I pay attention to my account equity. All this is getting reflected in account equity, folks. So honestly, what one position will do is not going to make that much of a difference. Well, it will, obviously. I mean, if it goes against me, which this one is. I think this is in the to the tune of like $6,000, $7,000 at the moment. But it's all right. We'll handle it. Anyway, long story short, I went and sold today's expiration, 90 of them. Why 90? Because I'm long 70 of the January 2026 15 calls. And I'm long 2,000 shares of stock. Okay, so that's 9,000 shares, right? I went and sold 90 of the weekly 15 and 16 calls. You're going to say, well, what good is that? Oh, yeah, it's a lot of good. Because what I did is I took in 4 cents on the 15s and 2 cents on the 16s. You're going to say, well, that's bullshit money. Not on 90 options. It's a couple $100, $300. So lowers my cost base on the stock. I'm going to do it again next Friday. I'm going to do it again next Friday. I'm going to do it again for next Friday. While I'm holding long, this is almost like a poor man cover call, PMCC. But yeah, we'll see. I will keep that. I'm very bullish on Ethereum. Like a lot of people are drawing chopsticks on these things, technical analysis, this and that. I'm like, bro, you can't do that on these things. If you're bullish on Ethereum, SBET is the best bet out there. Good management, not great, but good management. You're buying a 0.8, I think at the moment is we're at 0.84 MNAV. MNAV is multiple to net asset value. Basically, net asset value is how much Ethereum they hold. And the market cap to net asset value or multiple to net asset value, whatever you want to do. When it's below 1, obviously they can do ATM sales. They cannot, because that's like eating your flesh. Why dilute when you're below 1? The idea is be like BMNR. And the only remaining ones are BMNR and MSTR. Although MSTR, last time Bitcoin was 110, MSTR was 500. Today's Bitcoin is 110, MSTR is 290. Why? Well, that's MNAV getting crushed. So I don't believe any of these DATs should be trading at a premium just because Tom Lee's involved. And but then when I do catch him at 0.85, 15% discount, that's basically buying Ethereum at a 15% discount. and I'll put the position on. I'm not trying to lose money, folks. I'm trying to make sense of all of this. And last but not least, I have I'm long. I'm also bullish on Solana. This is a 2x ETF of Solana as SOLT. I am long 60 of the November 15 calls, and I am short, conversely, or countering that. So this position started with long 20s, short 30s. I covered the short 30s with about 40% gain. So now yesterday on the rally, I put out the 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, and I'm trying to put the last 10 at 35 calls. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So this is a call debit spread, basically, that I'm creating here. So that's it. These are the positions. I'll post them. About 80% or 75% cash. Hopefully I'll do more of these Weebles. I have it. I think I'm up to 20. Yeah, I'm up to 20. I'm going to get up to 50. Hopefully I can do it. If not, we'll try it again on Monday. By the way, folks, I'm putting out a lot of good content on the YouTube channel. You don't have to chase anything. Let the market come to you. You don't have to chase it. And if it doesn't come to you, you know what you do? You sit on your hands. Patience. Anyhow. All right, folks. So what's going on? No questions? Yeah, Doug. I don't know. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know if it's StreamYard today. I have great internet, bro. I have 100 up, 500 down. But it's technology. And shit happens. I'm not going to get concerned. So any other questions? Any questions? No? Okay. Should we do our charts? Should we play the chart game? Should we play the chopstick game? I think we should. Let's see. What else are we doing? What else are we doing? What is my charts? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Bitcoin, 110,400, ETH, 3,900. So if ETH goes to 3,000, BMNR is going to be half price, maybe, or 40% lower. SBET's going to be lower. That's why I have put credit spreads on. Defined risk trades. I don't know. Everybody says the ETH is going up because Tom Lee says it's going to go up. I'm like, I don't know what Tom Lee knows. I have GOAT. Tom Lee's a GOAT. My hat's off to Tom Lee. I'm not questioning his ability. I'm just saying that I don't think he knows either. So I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen. I mean, markets are that way. If anybody says, oh, look at this wedge and look at this support and resistance, I'm like, that's all bullshit, man. That's, again, I can read charts as well as anyone on the planet, but then it tells you the past. It doesn't tell you tomorrow. It doesn't even tell you what's going to happen in an hour. That's why these day traders that I see on YouTube and whatever, I go like, what are you guys doing? You guys have no chance. It's a coin flip. Show me a day trader that has lasted as long as I have in 30 years. Show me one. You know, they all drive their Lamborghinis or whatever, flexing. And like, don't get caught in this bullshit, folks. This is all bullshit. Markets don't behave the way they're behaving these days. So I've been saying that for like last 10 days. You know, stocks don't move 10, 20% up and down every day. Doesn't work like that. But again, my opinion only. So, you know, you may like it, you may not like it. If you don't like it, take a hike. So let's look at the watch list. Because I do put out every Sunday, I put out my watch list with the chopsticks analysis. I'm not making fun of technicians. I'm a technical analyst, but I do also pay attention to fundamentals because people started drawing lines on X, and the X algo sees that I looked at one. It just keeps feeding me the same garbage now. Elon, I don't think you should draw lines on DATs. Technical analysis on DATs are useless. DATs are the tail. The dog is ETH. Now, you want to do technical analysis on ETH? Maybe, to a point. Look, technical analysis works to a certain degree because supposedly patterns repeat, and sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. So all I'm saying is, I mean, look at fundamentals, right? Well, what are the fundamentals of Ethereum? Does it have value? Is it going to do what Tom Lee says? Is it going to replace Wall Street, basically? Is everything going to be on that chain? I don't know. If he's right, definitely Ethereum long-term is going to go wherever he thinks he's going to go. And that's why he's doing ATM sales every single day and buying Ethereum coins every single day. But then I don't feel like paying the premium. So that's why I'm in SBET, SBET, Sharplink Gaming, as opposed to BMNR. At some point, you know, I will look into BMNR. Why not? So let's go to the charts. Okay, let's go through a few at least, maybe 10. You guys have no comments, man. Somebody put a comment. Somebody come on the show. No? Okay, fine. All right. Let's visit. Let's see. Let's see if we can do some damage today. Oh no, those are the positions. What am I doing? Charts. Charts. Big charts. You know, I think it's my Think or Swim actually that's lagging. Honestly. No charts? Think or Swim? Oh, there it is. There's Beyond. Okay. Well, let's start with Beyond, I guess. You know, and I laugh at these comments when these people, you know, when Beyond, I mean, look, they made a ton of money. Hopefully they kept it, but I think they're just becoming bag holders now. Because Beyond probably, if I was the management, I would definitely do a secondary here right about $1. You know, get my ass out of trouble. So Beyond was a zero bankrupt company. They diluted their shareholders to the tune of 80%. They issued 400 million shares, went from 75 million shares. But these YOLOers are all thinking this is GameStop, huge short position. I agree, there's a huge short position. But then don't get caught in that wedge, in that web of shorts. Shorts are pretty powerful people. But anyway, so here's SPY. New all-time high. Congrats. Just like our national debt. New all-time high in SPY. As you guys see, I don't draw too many lines. We're grinding higher. We tested the 50 EMA two times, literally tagged it, and then we're gapped up this morning and continuing higher. The BBs are opening. I'm not sure if the BB meaning Bollinger Bands. MACD is turning up from a bearish divergence to potentially bullish, but we'll see. Apple. Let's start with Apple. Did it literally, you know, snap back to a breakout and probably going to make a new all-time high. You know, let's just go through some small stocks, some large stocks. American Battery Systems. That's consolidating. I'm good. Okay, I don't need that one. Archer Communications. This is the next craze, folks. EV tolls. That pulled back into a buy range, actually. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Affirm, one of my favorites, because people are using buy now, pay later like Klarna and Affirm because they're broke, and these people are taking advantage of it. So earnings are coming out shortly on that. I usually am not a huge fan of playing earnings. I'm very much of a fan of 2x ETFs on all of these. On Affirm is AFRU. Affirm kind of tested to 200 EMA, consolidating before the earnings come out, no problem. Albemarle, which is a lithium and rare earths, it's a Canadian company. Even being Canadian, look what it is, right? A nice little run from 50 to 90 or 50 to 100. That's a double. We know Mr. Trump and the Trump administration is taking stakes in a lot of these companies. They did it on Lithium America. I actually have a good candidate. I actually may start buying some shares while I'm live here. AMD. New all-time high. Is it an all-time high? I think it is, yeah. Let me see. Yep, new all-time high. The AI circle jerk continues. AMD, new all-time high. Amazon with the AWS out now, that's going to probably make a new all-time high. All these stocks are gearing up for all-time highs. Applied Digital, sorry, that pullback, you know, probably on its way to an all-time high. AppLovin, I'm just going alphabetical, folks. That came down, retested the 50 twice, 3 times actually. Looks nice. Looks nice. Okay, some of these quantum computing stocks, right? I mean, I talk shit about them. They collapsed actually. Here's ARQQ, Arcid Quantum, went from 62 to 33. I was short a couple of these. I'm okay. I covered. I'm healthy. And I had a members live. Actually, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my members. I don't know why I don't have any more members. We have an amazing members group. I do a members live every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. And we're a bunch of decent traders in there. So what they get is they get the members only live, which they can access me or have access to me personally. Number 2, I post all my live trades as soon as I execute them on the Telegram chat group. And they get the full positions at the end of each day as opposed to YouTube channel, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you're interested in joining, click join. You'll get me for a Big Mac or less. No joke. I'm not in it for the money. I'm just here to teach and educate and inform, but I'm not going to do it for completely free. Go click on the join part and email me, Sergio@sergioavadian.com. I will send you the Telegram chat group link. So that's ARQQ. Still with a decent rally, nowhere there. ASTS, see, all these nosebleeds came back to earth. It's not bouncing that much. That thing was 103, came down to 68 in a matter of 4 days, folks. So I don't know how these YOLOers are dealing with these. I do like these. All these stocks, by the way, have 90% of them have 2x ETFs. So if you're going to trade short or long, trade those. Baba pull back to, I think, definitely. I'm very bullish on China, by the way. Yeah, Baba didn't even pull back to 50. It's looking nice. I like Baidu, actually. Baidu, I think, is just, yeah, I like Baidu at this price just about now. So it had a massive run going from 85 to 150. Nice pullback, consolidating right above the 50. I'm a buyer of Baidu. So you guys understand. Billy is another one that we were long for a while. Not anymore. What else? So here's BMNR, Bitmine. People drawing people had drawn wedges on this 3 times. So first they drew this wedge from this high to this low. Then it broke out. They go, oh, it's broke out. It's going to 80. Yeah, it did not happen. Then they go, okay, let's erase this line. Let's draw this line. And then they go, oh, that did not happen. Breakout going to 8. No, that's because Ethereum is not going anywhere. And then now they're drawing this line. And then they have this wedge kind of a thing. I go like, you guys are fools, man. You guys are utter and complete fools doing technical analysis on that. Here's Ethereum, folks. Okay? This is Ethereum's iShares Ethereum. If this moves penny for penny with Ethereum. If Ethereum is not going to move up, BMNR is not going anywhere. If Ethereum cracks and goes lower, BMNR is going to go lower. This is the dog. BMNR is the tail. Don't be a fool. You want to draw some lines? Draw it on Ethereum and then figure your life out. But otherwise, no. So BULL, Webull. I do like it, but then I don't know what their connection is with China CCP. I'm not sure. Just selling some put credit spreads now. I'm happy with that. But I was long BULG right here, and then I sold it literally at the top today at 780, 790. I don't know. I made a couple of grand. I don't know. Whatever. Well, BULG is the 2x ETF of Bull. Here's Beyond Insanity. Beyond. Okay, so yeah, this is Insanity. It goes from 50 cents to $9 pre-market. I think couple days on Monday or Tuesday, whatever that was. All the bag holders now are crying. I'm like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. What do you think was going to happen? But anyway, so you guys know my positions on that. I'm selling puts. I'm long puts as well. Put credit. I turned my long puts into a put credit spread. Here's a little number, BZAI. I like it here. A good friend of mine, by the way, is the managing partner at Roth MKM. I think he has a $10 price target on this fundamentals. Technically, not so much, but it's doing okay. I mean, I like these technical patterns if I'm a technician, which I am to a point. I like these patterns where the stock goes sideways, sideways, sideways for a year. That's called basing. The longer the base, the more powerful the move is going to be once it comes out of the base. That I believe on technical analysis now. That I believe. Coinbase having a massive day today without crypto moving, which is very interesting, but that kind of backed and filled. That's a nice looking chart. Yeah, so there was this massive whale trade on Circle. CRCL is the symbol. Now, this has potential, and the trade was somebody bought 50,000. Let's see where those are. I'm very interested, actually. Somebody bought 50,000 of the stock is 142, folks. November expiration, 385 calls, 50,000 of them somebody bought. It's open interest 54,000. They're up to 160, 162. They paid 125 for it. Again, folks, stock is 142. I'm talking $385 calls. That's 200 and plus percent out of the money. So for that gentleman or lady to make money on this, Circle has to be at 386.25 by November 21st. I mean, it's 142 again. We're talking 385 calls. I'm like, I don't know. Somebody always knows something, though, as we know. Here's going to be my next favorite short. This was my favorite long for a year and 6 months where I 4x my money and then went up another 5x after I got out. This is Carvana. Okay. CarMax is dying. Subprime, a couple of major subprime auto lenders want declare bankruptcy. I think this is going to be a wonderful short at some point, but I'm paying attention to it. Gold, who can ignore what happened to gold? Biggest down day, right? I mean, a lot of people are talking about exiting gold, getting into Bitcoin. I don't think that's going to happen, although it may have happened for a couple of days, but I don't think it's going to happen now. Here's actually more than Archer and Joby Aviation. I like EHang. This is a Chinese eVTOL maker. eVTOL are, those human electric drones or whatever you want to call it, because we can hardly drive cars, but now we're going to use these. I do like this company, actually. I like their cash position. I mean, it's a Chinese company. You never know, but it's okay. I like it. Here's EOSE. Going back to the high. Pull back to 20 MA. These stocks did give up a little bit, but they're all coming back strong. So on BMNR and SBAT, if Ethereum doesn't go, you're not going to go anywhere. So you guys know. Figma, a new issue. Figma, kind of decent, actually. Its 2x ETF is FIGG. Missed that one. Missed that one at 160 this morning. 177. When did that hit? I will buy that. At 185. Let's buy some of that. Let's do that. FTHM. It's called Fathom Holdings. They're a North Carolina real estate holding broker, title company, real estate agency, and mortgage company. They just did a secondary at 2. I do like the stock. Let's buy a couple thousand shares to start with. And it has options? Now that's interesting. Okay, no, we're not going to buy that. Let's start buying 1,000 at a time. Buy 10,000 shares of this at some point. We're scaling, we scale out, folks. We don't rush. 176 bid, 179 offer. Let's see if we can pick him off at 178. Did we? Yeah, we did. Okay, so now there's another position. Boom. Okay, we're gonna buy 2 cents, maybe. Yeah. Buy 1,000 shares at 175, at 176. We get filled that way. And if we go higher, we'll go buy it higher. Duplicate that order. 176, 174. 172. Let's get to 5,000 shares first. 172. We'll buy it higher too. I'm not just trying to buy low, sell high. I don't mind that, but let's create duplicate order. 170. Is that 5,000 shares? Yeah. And then we'll buy up as well. Let's see if we got the right orders in there. 76, 74, 72, 70. Okay, that's cool. We'll start with 5K. And then we'll go. It doesn't look like they're going to give me those, but that's okay. I'll just leave the order there. What are the 11 and 10s on Webull for next week? If there was something, I'll do those. I like weekly options, folks. 11 and a half, 10 and a half. So I'm putting on, they're down to 32 cents. I put it on at 40. 11s and 10s. 17 cents, not enough. We'll wait until Monday. At the moment, we're doing 11 and a half, 10 and a half PCS after taking profits on BOLG. Okay. Okay. Back to charts. This is Webull, as I said. I like it. I mean, it's just more sideways, the more power, but they need strong marketing. They need to do some stuff. I mean, I think they need a new CEO, honestly. But, you know, why is Hood worth that much? Excuse my voice. That's because their management is great, and it's because their marketing is great. I mean, Webull is not a small company, by the way. Let's see. Where were we? FTHM. Google having a big day today. I own Google in my investment account. I'm not going to sell it. I can't. I mean, I bought it luckily during the April wash. I think I paid 148 or 152, but it's in my investment account. Making a new high today. Beautiful. Goldman up 30 today. Holy crap. Wow. Nice. Hood right back to highs. Yeah, it just came down to 50 MA and tested it. And see, I can read charts as well as anyone. HIMS, I don't want to mess with. I have no handle on the stock. It retested kind of the 200 EMA. I don't know. One of these days, I don't know. Maybe I have enough guts to do it. Here's some of the nosebleeds. IONQ. So Trump administration. The stock went from 85 to 53 in 5 days. For all the folks who think quantum is the next thing, I don't know. You may be right, but no. This company has no sales, nothing, and it's worth $25 billion. No. But again, everybody has their own opinions. It's bouncing a little bit, and it's okay. I will trade. I traded the IONZ, which is a 2x ETF inverse on this one. So you guys can do that if you don't want to buy puts, because the puts are priced ridiculously expensively. Here's one that I really like, actually, that I'm going to start buying. Is IONR. It's called Ioneer. It's an Australian company that runs lithium mines in the US. So this may be next Trump's target. LAC is the one that they bought. It went from 3 to 10.5 in about a week and a half. And to be honest with you, they bought Intel, stake in Intel. They're making more money. They're beating every hedge fund, by the way, the Trump administration is. So since Americans, we are all shareholders now, right? I mean, he's doing great in trading, actually. IREN is another love child of these YOLOers. That only went from 74 to 48. But, they like holding. Their accounts go down 30% in 3 days. They go, oh, no problem. I'm like, okay. They believe the market's going to come save their ass. And it does, until it doesn't. I don't know. We'll see. We looked at that. Yeah, I do like IONR. It's not no options, but I do like it. I like Lemonade quite a bit. Consolidating before earnings. Earnings are, I think, out next week, or maybe. What do we do? Oh, we bought another 1,000 FTHM. Thank you, sir. See, you just leave orders in, and then they'll come and get you. Patience, patience. Let them come get you. Let them give you your price, not their price. Patience. Let's see. If you have any questions, put them up. So I'll do some Q&A and then get the heck out of Dodge, go have a cup of coffee. METC could be getting into the buy range, actually. Oh, yes. 58 to 35 on the 50 EMA. I don't think I like to play. See, you just wait. You just wait, man. It will come to you. Where is the stock at? 35? How about we put on a synthetic on that puppy? How about we set up a credit spread buy called debit spread? Can we do that? Let's see how cost effective that is. Yeah, let's do that. In fact, right now. Which one do we do? What do we do? Do we do a 35.30? Let's see how much that's going to cost me. 35.30. 245 credit. Okay. So our max loss is about 250 on this because the wing is 5. And we're going to go buy what? Stock is 35. So we're going to buy the 35 calls. And sell the 45 calls, maybe? Okay. So we give ourselves 10-point upside. 63-cent debit. Potential earn $10. Can we do this with a credit? I wonder. And how much is this going to cost me? For 5 options, it's going to cost me $2,800. Pretty equity efficient. Let's try this again. We're pricing things now. Where was the high on the stock here? Shit, it was 58? Wow. And we're on to the 20 EMA? MACD is on a sell. Not my favorite. But we'll just put on positions, though, slowly. I do want to play here. I really do. Because this is MP's brother. That pullback from 100 to 66 in 4 days, 35%. Nice. This is what all-time highs in the markets, by the way, folks. When these stocks pull back 30, 40%, and these YOLOers go like, oh, it'll be fine. It'll go up one day. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. All right. I want to play METC. You guys have any good ideas? Earnings are coming out. Ooh, when? 10:20 what? 10:28. When is that? Next Tuesday? Okay, what happened on the last earnings? It kind of ate it, didn't it? Actually, they beat by 4 cents. Do I even want to get involved? That's why. Okay, hold on a second. 8 a.m. Central before the market opens. Okay. Earnings conference call. We're right on the 50-day, folks. Do we want to do that before earnings? Size correctly, you do search. I want to do this with credit, though. Stock is 35. I want to do this with credits. How do I do this with credits? I can move my call debit spread up. This is option. This is strikes every dollar, by the way. It's beautiful. Not liquid, but it's okay. 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 Let's sell the 35s. I think we can get him off at 4.5 if I leg this in. 4.5 and 2. 245 is fair. Okay. And this is going to cost me what? $1,279 for 5 options. That's pretty fair. You know what? Okay. Let's do him at 2.5. Let's see if we can get him off at 2.5. 10 of these. I don't mind. Let's see if the market maker is going to be decent to me. Nope. Asshole. Okay. 4.5, 2. Yeah, that's why. Okay. What do you want to do? You want to do 245? I'm not going to give you another nickel. You asshole. Really? We're going to play that game now? I'm not giving you another nickel. Go screw yourself. We'll do it 250. We'll leave it there. Earnings are out. IV is reasonably high on these, so there'll be some IV crush for sure. We'll start at 2.5, sir. We're not playing your game. I get my price. And if I don't get my price, it's okay. We'll do it on Monday. No chasing. Learn something from me, people. Don't chase. So for the upside, though, what do we do? 45 calls are about 180. 35.45 was expensive. 5.180 was like over. I had to pay money. I don't want to pay money. I don't want to put money out of pocket. What do we do? Where's the stock going to rally? If it's going to rally. 20 EMA to 40. Maybe to 45. This is definitely not going to go make new highs. It's going to be probably 35-45 trading range. 50% correction, 45. So we got to do this correctly. Okay. We buy the 40 calls. 40-50. If we do the puts, we're going to do it. We'll put credit spreads, we're doing at 2.5. 40-50 looks okay. 40-50, $1.88 debit. There's my credit. Well, I gotta do this all in one leg. Let's see if we can do this with credit. Go screw yourself, market maker. There's my credit. I can do this. 60-cent credit. Although, if it tanks, I'm taking a five loss. So max loss This is a bullish position, obviously, right? It's kind of a synthetic. Kind of a synthetic, right? Selling PCS, limited risk downside, obviously. Selling PCS, buying PDS, buying CCS. Call debit spread CDS. Jesus, dyslexic surge. Okay, 57-cent credit. Let's see if we can do it at 60-cent credit, folks. Let's maybe 65, and then we'll just negotiate. It's going to cost me $4,366 to do 10 options. Why did that go up so much? Huh? Wait a minute. Oh, because the call debit spread I'm buying. Okay. Nope, he didn't do it. Okay, well, we'll leave it at 65 cents for your pleasure, sir. We'll negotiate with you shortly. Where's that? Just all buy the stock, bro. Just fucking around with this. 65 is good. We'll just leave it at that. All other positions are doing what they're supposed to do. Just waiting to sell some calls here. Anyway, go back to charts. This is METC. I do like it. I do like it on the 50 MA. Anyway, let's go back to some nosebleeds, and then I'll say goodbye. I do like Resolve, small stock, right? Yeah, that tested 200 EMA. I do like it there. Oklo, some of these power generations. Actually, I had this 20 shares of this on my Robinhood account. OKLL, that's bouncing. For all the people for Oklo, I mean, that goes from 194 to 114, $80. And all the YOLOers go like, oh, it'll go back up. I'm like, okay, cool. 2X ETF, I traded on that one. 2X ETF is OKLL on that one, by the way. How do you deal with that? 170 to 55? I go like, yeah. Here's Rigetti, another poster child. I was short that one, as you guys can see the labels. 58 to 32 or 33 in like 5 days. I still don't think they're going anywhere. I mean, they bounced because Trump said he's going to buy some shares of these things. I'm like, okay, good luck. I mean, valuations on these are ridiculous, but then nobody gives a shit about valuation. Tesla, everybody wants to know. What a reversal yesterday after being in the shit house. Reversal. Massive reversal. And then today is down $15. Netflix got absolutely smashed with the earnings. It's about to break 200 EMA. I don't think Netflix has broken 200 EMA once in the last 3 years. Well, here it tested it. I don't know. It may be an interesting play, actually. Yeah, look at how many times that Netflix has tagged that in the last 3 years, multiple times. Happens to be the bottom. So maybe, hey, chat group, let's pay attention to Netflix. Tesla, well, just pulling back. I mean, I don't know. It's a good trading stock. QBTS is another one. That only went from 47 to 27. They all have, oh, by the way, this one has RGT. Rigetti has a 2X ETF, inverse one. RGTZ is the symbol. And QBTS also has a 2X ETF. QBTZ is the symbol, inverse. And they also have 2X ETF to the upside. What else we got here? Let's see. SoFi. Consolidating. Earnings are coming out. Next, when are they coming out? Looks like a high-level consolidation before it breaks out. 1028. Yep. Yep. Rumble and Resolve. I like those two. Not Rumble, Resolve. Reddit. What is that? Flying today? Yep, up 12. Yeah, it looks interesting, actually. It did the same thing before the earnings here. Earnings are up. Earnings season is upon us, folks. Be careful if you like trading around earnings. Good luck. I kind of don't. PayPal. I don't know. It's been dead, man. I'm going to buy UPS in my investment account next week. You guys know UPS is like a 10-year low or something, right? This is UPS. Yeah. UPS is back where it was in 2020. Literally 2011. See, not all stonks go up, folks. If you've been in UPS, you're in the doghouse for years now. Same thing with Nike. Same thing with Lulu. I'm long, actually, Lulu in my investment account. I was long Nike. Made some money with it. Replaced it with Lulu. NVTS, another nosebleed. And pull back, but nice. I like Path quite a bit. UiPath. Yeah, gosh. I need to pay attention. That pulled back to the exactly where it should pull back to. 20 MA in the top. See, technical analysis right here. Old resistance is new support. See, there you go. Pull back exactly to it. Not rallying. Nice chart. NVIDIA, new high, $5 trillion company. Is it a new high? No, not yet. It's getting there. What happened with NUGT? And NUGT is the daily gold miners 2x ETF, and Dust is the inverse one. Is there going to be a switch between gold and Bitcoin? Is there? We're going to find out. A couple more names. NBIS is another YOLO or lover stock. That pulled back from 141 to 95, and now it's bouncing. These bounces are normal, folks. I don't think not any of these are going to go make new highs, but we'll find out. And NEBX is the 2x ETF of that. Micron has been on a goddamn tear. What a chart. AMD and Micron, they've been on a tear. And that's why Soxel is on a tear. New high, just about. So let's finish with MSTR. Okay, so I'm going to put IBIT, which is the BlackRock ETF, iShares ETF. You guys see where we're at 110 on Bitcoin, okay? Where pretty much exactly. Bitcoin, I think, is 5% higher than what it was when MSTR was at 543. Bitcoin is today 5% higher than when MSTR was 543, and today MSTR is 288. That's called smashing of the MNAV, folks. Trade MNAV. Forget all these fools on X and whatever they draw lines on BMNR. Blah blah blah. I'm like, nope, not interested. I'm with SBET. The reason is 0.84 MNAV. I like the discount. Now, if Ethereum is going to go down, I'm not expecting MNAV to go back to 1 on SBET, by the way. I'm not buying it because of that, because I'm bullish on Ethereum. That's why I'm buying it. Long term, anyway. That's why that position is January 2026, but I'll roll that position. I have the ability to lower my cost basis by selling weekly calls to start with. And if I do get taken out, I get taken out. No problem. What else? That's about it, man. It was a good week. I don't mind. And this is the Solana 2x ETF, by the way. Yeah, we'll see. I do like Solana. I like DFDV. I really do like that. That's another Solana that. But it's like right at 0.99 MNAV. I like the discounted ones. There are some, like ASST, that I'm in. It's up like a nickel today. I don't know. There's NACA people follow. There's MTPLF, MetaPlanet. MTPLF, finally. That's like the strategy of the Far East. Finally, it's under 1 MNAV. Finally. I'll just wait until they go under 1 MNAV and then at least buy it, because that way I'm not going to eat, the MNAV crush. Because if you bought this thing at 2 MNAV and when it was 16, you have bags in your hands and tears in your eyes. So that's what you have. What else is going on? I don't know. That's about it. Oh, I like Pony. That's the Waymo of China, and We Ride. Hold on. Pony AI. Actually, let's pull back to exactly where it should pull back to. I should pay attention to that. We Ride. So we didn't buy that. I like that chart quite a bit. I've been trading this for like a year, as you guys can see all the labels. I like stuff that goes sideways forever. Did we buy more FTHM? We're about to, thank God. 174 is our bid. 172 is our bid. 170 is our bid. I will keep buying this every couple of cents down. I like it. I like the chart. I'm not looking for much, maybe a buck out of it. That's pretty big though, right? Anyway, so that's it. That's the charts. I'll put these charts up with the technical analysis. Are we doing anything on METC? Let's see if we're doing anything there. Of course, the second I put the order in, it starts rallying. I'll give him patience. I need, let's see, according to TOS, I need 35.07 for this to get executed. So that's 70 cents lower. Okay, we'll see. Maybe we will. I'm not crazy about it. I just like it. The first pullback to 50 MA is a pretty good buy on these nosebleeds. And this thing was 58, pulled back to 35. So, okay, cool. But then remind you, this was a $6 number, folks. And I'm liking it at 35, okay? So, just a trade. We're trading. And so that's that. Okay, let's see if you have any questions or anybody wants to come on. No, nobody wants to come on. Okay, what's going on? No questions, okay? Do I want the trades to show on my chart? They are on my chart. The labels are. And that's, I mean, the way I have it set up is the way I like it. Everything I like about TOS, the way I set it up is the way it is. I like it so far. So I was migrated from Schwab to TOS after 20 plus years on Schwab. I probably was the last one on the West Coast because I tried to delay. They go, Sergio, we can't do it. I've been with Schwab for 20 plus years and pretty big customer of theirs. Anyway, long story short, they migrated me to TOS and Vic here helped me out to set it up. So when you do switch platforms, it's like moving to a new house. You need to figure out where what is. But I'm pretty decent with it now, so I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. I think some places is better than Schwab for sure. I had Street Smart Pro. I love that platform. But TOS is definitely better, especially for multiple orders. Multiple leg orders is better. There's Tasty, obviously. A lot of my friends are at Tasty. They go, I'm happy with TOS. Because I have a deal with Schwab for my commissions on options, and obviously shares we don't pay anything, but on options I have a really good deal with them because I do swing quite a few. So they gave me a deal. Thank you, Schwab. What else? You guys have any other questions? You guys want to look at my pretty face or what's happening? Nobody wants to come on? Okay, that's fine. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to recap. So, shout out to Lindsay Stamp. She's on X. If you're watching Lindsay, thumbs up. Her interview with me, young lady, amazing young lady who has a W-2, but she drives Uber on the side, takes all that money, stacks Bitcoin. Shit, we just bought something. Let's see, I think it's FTHM. What did we buy? What did we buy? Yes, we bought 700 more shares FTHM. See, that's how you do it. You just scale every couple of cents. You take your, you absorb the selling, and then you move on. METC is there. I don't know. It's all good. Nice and cool and calm. That's why they call me what? My members know my name. Iceman. That was my trading desk name, actually. I don't panic. I don't get flustered. I wait. Patiently wait. I don't F around. I don't chase. I don't FAFO. I don't YOLO. I don't FOMO. I don't do any of that shit. You just gotta come to me. Come to me, sir. Come to me. Should I sell these Beyonds at 3 cents? They're 460 IV versus my longs, which are 300. That sounds like free money, doesn't it? I'm long the ones, short the ones. Take 3 cents out of it. The cost basis is going to be 0 on my longs next week if Beyond is above 2.5. You know, I'll leave it at 4. Maybe there'll be a whoosh in it. Maybe they'll do a secondary over the weekend at like $1.50. Kill all these YOLOers, and then maybe they'll move it back up. We'll see. I'll just leave it at that. Leave the orders. Let's not chase. This one I did. Where did I do this one? I'll just wait. I'll just wait on all the orders. METC. Where am I on that one? 65-cent credit. Do I even want you? Or do I just buy shares? Do I even want to mess with you before earnings? Do I? Granted, I'm doing 65-cent credit. My wings are, okay, if things go bad, stock tanks. How much am I going to lose on this? I'm taking in 65. My put credit spread is 5. Potentially $4,350 if it's at 30. Versus if it rocks, goes to 50, 10K profit, 2 to 1. Max loss, $4,350. Max gain, 10 points plus 65 cents. 10,650. Almost 3 to 1, 2.5 to 1. We'll figure it out. I'll leave it at that for now. That's how you do it. So you got to figure these things out. Like what's your max loss? What's your exit? What are you going to do if that happens? Because once you put the trade on, it's up to the trade gods. It's not up to you. Okay, I am going to sell those fucking. Okay, yeah, I will take the 75. I'll take like $300 more. I will definitely sell it. They won't give it to me probably. Let's see, 75 of them at 3 cents. Did they? Yep, they gave it to me. Thank God. Okay, cool. That's fine. All righty. Now we're balanced on that one. 200, 275, 275. Okay, we're good. We're balanced. What else? Yeah, FTHM we're going to buy every couple of pennies. I'll start with 5,000 shares. I do like the company. METC, we're going to see what happens. If the market maker is kind enough to give him to me at 65-cent credit. Sharpling, we're going to hold. We're bullish on Bitcoin. We're going to sell weekly calls again next week, but then I will talk to you guys about that. And that's it. That's where we are. All right. That's it. Nothing else. You guys have a great weekend. Stay healthy. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee next to my backyard, at my backyard. That is truly my backyard, by the way. I live in a beautiful place called Granada Hills. I'm at last house on top of the mountain. I have, it's a little fuzzy this morning. This is actually from this morning. Yeah, I'm blessed. Blessed to be in this country, blessed to do what I do. So I want to do it for others. I want to do it for people with no financial literacy. I want to do it for people who feel left out in all this. There is no wrong time to start. You got to start today, folks. Time spent in the market is a lot better than timing the market, or time spent timing the market. It's a saying that you guys got to take it to heart. And yes, you will have drawdowns. Yes, you will have crashes. Yes, you will have, but over long periods of time, especially if you're young, please, 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 please start investing. And please, put $100 a month somewhere, $10 a day, whatever you're gonna do. Do a budget. I know all of you have extra money in the budget. A lot of people tell me, I don't have it. My paycheck is not even enough. I have to spend on credit cards. That means your budget is not good enough. That means you're living beyond your means. Reality is reality. I'm talking reality here, but you have to invest. You have to invest. Invest in hard assets because that's what's going to protect you from the dollar devaluation. 38 trillion in debt to be 39 in 100 days. Yeah, those are the things. But I'm blessed. I've done well. But I've used this a little bit. Okay. So you all have to start learning. You have to start educating yourselves. That's where the power is at. You got to educate yourself. And hopefully you'll run into an honest person on YouTube or X, because I go through X. There's so many YOLOers out there. There's so many, put sellers, call sellers. I go like, yeah, great. So what happened to you when you sold a put on Oklo at, 190? Let's say you sold a 170 put for a week and stock dropped to 110. How are you going to get out of that now? You're 60 in the money now. Selling puts is not without risk, folks. When people, put their accounts up because market's been grinding higher for the last, 3 years. How did their accounts do during 25% drawdown in indexes, and some of these stocks went down 60, 70%? How did those put sellers do? They didn't do that well unless they obviously took assignment of all these shares. So you have to have the account size, because selling the put sometimes doesn't give you the true picture. You can sell a put and then your requirements will be very little. But then when you do get assigned, do you have the cash to get assigned? When you get assigned, are you really willing to buy that stock? I mean, selling a put, the idea is to own that stock at a cheaper price at a later date. Do you really want to own it? That's the call. Nothing more, nothing less. So there is no easy way out of this, but invest. So please go check my website out, www.sergioavedian.com. There is a free newsletter, free. All I want is your email. I don't want anything else. I don't want your phone number. It's not for sale. It's a free newsletter, and it's well done. Second one went out this last Monday. The third one is going to go out Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific. So share. I'm paying it forward, and that's all I want to do. So with that said, my hat's off. Hey, Quantata, thank you for the hat. Please watch that interview with Lindsay. I'm going to post it on X, and I'm sure she will respond. Thank you, Lindsay, for doing it. What a young lady. What an amazing young lady, right? She has a W-2, but she drives Uber on the weekends, takes the money, stacks it into Bitcoin. She's a Bitcoin lover. She understands what's going on in the country. I wish every young lady was like her. And amazing. Absolutely amazing story. Go check it out. It will be released. And I think we titled it Wall Street to Main Street. You know how it is the other way around usually? No, this one's, she's not part of Wall Street, but she knows her stuff and she has a goal. She has done great. Last 10 years, she started investing at a young age. She should be the role model for all young ladies out there, as opposed to some TikTok influencer. You know what I'm saying? So, there's a place and space for everything, but I think she's amazing. So we're going to post that at noon. I can't wait. 20 more minutes. It's going to be posted, scheduled for noon. Go check it out. And thumbs up to all of you. So I will always finish with this. May all your shorts tank, and may all your longs rocket. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's see what next week brings. This week was a decent week, even with a couple of little hiccups. But that's it. Stay healthy, please.